years, still feel new in town. When the stress begins, just pop those earbuds in. Hanging out with John Jay, watch your troubles drifting away. Something planted in your ears, tears are in your eyes. You can't hear your doorbell ring, you can't hear your baby cry.
Something Planet Podcast, episode number 558. Welcome to it. I'm your host, John Jay. Thanks, everybody at home, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We are at 500,000 views on YouTube right now, over 1 million downloads. Actually, it's a lot more than 1 million downloads. But thank you to everyone that subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do it now. Now I want to get to my guests for this afternoon. We're recording in the afternoon. Please welcome to the show Brian Aldridge and James Bothwell. Here they are.
Oh, rocking hands. There we go.
And Brian's already stealing the camera. These are motion controlled. So if you wave certain ways, I got to really figure out how to work it. Cause it'll just like start focusing in on stuff. I think it's made to like record like your TED talk or your stand-up set.
But if I do this, it'll stop following me.
That's when it'll start following.
There you go. Yeah, see.
This is too big for the shot. Hold on, I gotta fix that. Welcome to the show, episode 558. I am recently back from vacation. We were supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, but you caught some sort of fucking crud from a comedy club.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I was sick.
Gross.
And I'm glad that you could drive all the way down from where you're living up in beautiful Spring Hill.
Yeah, man. It's the most I could afford. That's what it was.
Is that really the decision now? You can't afford to live in town?
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, I was driving, I was up there on Sunday doing the beer brewery show. What is Tidal Brewing?
Okay.
Fun show, fun crowd. I think they sold like 60 tickets.
All right.
Which, good on Ryan, yeah.
Yeah.
Working his ass off to sell some tickets. But yeah, I was up there. I was wondering, like, so how much is like a 2-bedroom apartment in Spring Hill, Florida?
Wow. Good question. I
mean,
know.
you have no idea. Well, what are you in, like a house or?
No, we have a house. Like we have a third of an acre of land.
Oh, so you guys like bought a place?
In-ground pool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's
right.
like living large in Spring Hill.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
nice.
it was
Mayor of Spring Hill.
It was definitely affordable, and it was. We have a nice house and some land.
Well, yeah. Well, that's good.
No neighbors.
That's good because I was looking and you're driving by and there's houses that are just sitting on these like enormous lots.
Yeah.
And so the price. I was wondering how much an apartment was. But yeah, the price of the house, what is it, like $250,000 or something?
A little,
like a little bit more than that now.
And then, but a comparable house in our South Tampa neighborhood, $700,000.
$700,000, close to $1 million. Holy shit! Yeah, so it's rough.
I'll just drive.
You got to You got to commute. Yeah, you got to commute, but you get used to it. I'm told.
And we're not cool anymore. Like
right.
We're very close to 50 years old. My wife and I. Her closer than me. And,
I'm glad you had to say that.
And then, so if we were cool in our 30s or 20s, we'd want to live in Soho or by the bars or by the cool stuff. But now we're just like, hey, though once every 6 months we do something, we can drive 1 hour and.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I've often thought about moving out to the country. I don't know. I know you've done it.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I hate living in the middle of nowhere. No. I got to be within 45 minutes of like real city kind of life.
I don't think I ever really lived in the country. I mean, I lived like on a military base, but a military base is like, it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's like kind of a small city, you know?
Yeah, it's a town within a town.
Yeah. So it's not really, I don't think I've ever lived in the actual country.
Yeah, I don't think I do either, by the way, we're all. There is stuff all the way from the time I drive.
That's what I think. I think people that live in a city would consider that the kind. Yeah, no, it's not like like a rural TikTok trad wife influencer
Right.
where you have to like drive a tractor down a dirt path to get to your home.
As a little kid, I lived in the city of Chicago, like Chicago.
So you're like a real city kid.
But then
yeah.
we moved to a suburb when I was going into high school, a 100,000 person suburb.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, we live in the country.
That's just a town. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just you live in town.
Yeah.
That's what people on a farm would call it,
Yeah.
in town.
Yeah.
But glad to have you guys on the show. So yeah, the show at Tidal Brewing, it was fun. I got to I'm working out like this new hour because I burned my act that like took me like 10, 12 years to write.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's working
Good.
the entire 45 minutes. That's where you get worried is like, it's like how big of lulls do you have in a 45-minute set? Mm-hmm. And I knew I had the time. I just didn't know how well it was going to go all together like that.
Okay.
So
And it's working, right?
it worked the whole time. So it was fun. I just got
What's that like?
yeah, how's that feel? It was good. I got to doing a joke about my dead father-in-law in front of my wife. So people like when I joke about people dying online, sometimes people comment like, "It's not nice to joke about that." And so the other day, I finally got to write. Well, I'm doing a joke about my dead father-in-law.
Right. Yeah. I write about somebody I actually liked, motherfucker.
Yeah, I actually cared for him.
Yeah.
So, glad you guys could be here. We are talking about lots of stuff. I just got back from vacation. I went to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. I came back alive too.
And everybody, anytime I say that I'm going anywhere, people are like, "Have you heard about the crime?"
Yeah.
The crime. I'm like, I am from Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, we're
like,
pretty
there's
chill.
like,
Like,
it's.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of crime here compared to most places. I would
Well,
say.
yeah. You take a wrong turn, you could get fucked
Were you
up. Yeah.
at a nice, like a resort and everything where you could...
Yeah, it was just a nice resort. It wasn't anything. It wasn't like I wasn't staying at like a roadside inn.
You didn't
rented
eat at a
someone's hut.
bodega or anything like that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I ate at a resort. They had a French restaurant in there. Okay, there was like sushi. There was hibachi.
There you go. Yeah. Real white people shit. Whenever there's lots of white people shit, you're pretty safe.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of people from South America and
Okay.
like a lot of Latin American people like traveled there because it's like cheap for everybody basically.
Well, their economy is nothing. Like,
Yeah, they don't-
export nothing, and
It's a
you know
tourism
what I mean?
economy. Yeah,
fuck
it's just
So
it's straight up like service industry.
It
it's like
is
if Key West was its own country.
It's a middle infielder factory is what it is.
Yeah.
They produce...
yeah.
Yeah, that would be like if
Some of the richest people in the world are live on.
yeah,
an
that would be like
island.
if like fucking 1/8 of all major leaguers came from Clearwater, Florida.
Right. Yeah. Something in the water here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going on over there?
So, they are all definitely huge baseball fans. And, when you wear your Rays cap, they like to
Talk about Franco.
They like to talk about Wander Franco quite a bit. Yeah, he's innocent, and they're going to let him back in
That
the
was
league.
he was innocent. That was their stance.
That's what everybody said. I mean, it was only dudes that would say that to me.
Yeah, of course. There's no woman being like, yeah, he should be allowed to fuck 15-year-olds. Who cares?
13 or
this is
whatever the fuck it
DR.
was.
Yeah, exactly. Well, children is the point.
And they all like Junior Caminero.
Well, what's not to like?
Yeah.
22 years old, 40 home runs, over 100 RBIs. Who's the man?
Yeah, nuts.
Was there some sort of scuffle over his 40th home run ball, or did that just go pretty
Oh, I
smooth?
know. I didn't see anything about it. I don't know.
The guy had the 40th home run ball.
Okay.
and security accosted him and took the ball from him. And at first I'm thinking, at first I'm thinking, oh, this is awful. This is
Right.
How could they do this? He caught the home run and it's his ball.
Right.
Well, it turns out he jumped the fence and went into a area where fans
Yeah.
aren't allowed, and then got the ball out of that. Yeah.
So
yeah, fuck that guy. If he did that, dude, I'm glad that guy. got
well, you
his-
I mean, you work these games, so there's always some
Oh, dude,
dumb
I,
asshole that's doing something like
it's
that.
always something like that. Like I worked one of the Mariners games recently where Randy Rosarina started in left field, and left field was a fucking madhouse. You know what I mean? Like and because he throws baseballs, after each half inning.
He really panders to the crowd.
Right, and
he always has.
Yeah, he's throwing baseballs, and there's grown men like shoving people out of the way and like trying to box people
I
out.
hate that.
Yeah, and me too. So I just,
Grown-ups chasing baseballs?
it's disgusting. Every time I see it, I say something very loud so the person that's doing it can be like, oh, that's another grown man who said something.
If you get caught chasing baseballs as a grown man, they should have to put
I'll
a
be
video of that on your Tinder profile.
I'll say things. I'll be like, "Excuse me, sir, do you pay taxes?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "And you drove here, like in a car, like you drove?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's like adult stuff. Like adults do that."
I get wanting to catch a home run.
Yeah, but like pushing kids out of the way to catch a foul ball.
Not even a foul ball.
Yeah, not even a foul ball. It's like a ball thrown by a
ball,
player.
yeah.
It's a nothing ball, right? It's like something you would give to a blind kid. Like he doesn't know it wasn't in play. Who cares? But
this is signed by Chandler
watching grown
Simpson.
men's doing it, I'm like, every time I'm like, I say something that's very like obvious. I'm making fun of you, but I don't curse or anything. You know what I mean? To make sure it's still kind of professional. But I'll be like,
so they don't fire you.
well, I like my job. It's a really cool job. The season's
Get paid to watch baseball?
Yeah, dude. And it's I'm hoping that next year at the Trop it'll be much different, which makes it easier because no one should be passing out from heat in 72
I like
degrees.
your optimism that the roof will be fixed in a
It's
year.
gonna be.
They already got panels up.
All right.
They have no choice. They really don't. Unless the Phillies are like, hey, well, you can
I
play
feel
in
like they should have been
Clearwater.
able to fix that already. I feel like if it was any other country, they would have had
Done.
another roof back up on there in fucking a month.
Well, you know what it is everyone's scared of getting scooped up by ice now. So you can't get
nobody
you
to
can't get
actually
decent
put the
roof
fucking roof up.
laborers.
Yeah, we got to put guards outside so we can put the roof on. God damn it.
All the roofers are fucking back in El Salvador.
So football is back today. Right after we record this, a couple hours after we record this, we get to watch our very first football game of the season, Dallas versus Philadelphia.
I hate both those teams.
Birds versus birds.
Look, I'll release it here on this podcast.
And
I know how to bring it over to me now. And super secret, super sharp. Nobody's thinking about this bet, but I'm going to deliver it to you for free.
Here we go.
Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown. I know, crazy bet, crazy bet, but that's what I'm going with.
What does that pay? 47
Yeah.
cents. Pays 47 cents on a
47
dollar.
cents on the dollar. So.
Yeah.
That'll.
Jalen Hurts scoring a touchdown.
I mean, if you want to get started with a winning streak, then that's the bet to make. 100%.
Sometimes you got to see one go in.
Yeah, you got to see one work, and that'll get your confidence going.
$10 bet pays $3.
I am playing fantasy football this season for the very first time.
Yeah, that's can't believe
You've got
it.
a life of misery ahead.
I got to. I've never so far not as exciting as Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Not as exciting.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I believe you based on how awful
I love fantasy. I've been
fantasy
playing it
football
for-
is.
So far, it's just a lot of. So far, it's just a lot of reading about men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You'll be very invested in these motherfuckers' lives if you actually get into it. Like, that's why literally I've taken breaks where I'm like, I don't give a shit. That this
I don't
dude-
want to give a shit right
exactly.
now. Yeah.
I just want to watch the game and not be super invested.
It's not going to take long to greatly diminish your enjoyment of watching football on Sunday.
Okay, it's going to make it worse.
It's a good point.
Not
and
better.
And if you're making bets too,
Because gambling has made it better.
Yes, gambling is
Is probably more fun than
Just what-
fantasy, right?
the-
So fantasy is just what people did before there was gambling.
yes.
Well,
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
Well, and then now you can gamble on individual players' performance. So there's absolutely no need for fantasy football anymore. And say you're Bucks fan, I assume.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield's awesome. You're watching the Bucks, and then you have, I don't know, like Jordan Love as your fantasy quarterback. So now you're kind of hoping that Jordan Love throws a couple touchdown passes against your team.
Yeah. So, that sounds terrible.
It does, and it completely ruins. I did it for years, and then I sold my team. I was in a dynasty league to where you might get a person texting you in June about trading players and stuff like that. Like it was a year-long constant thing. And I sold my team, and I was like, oh, I like football again. This is amazing.
So wait, you sold
Yeah, we had...
a fake football team?
yes.
But it's dynasty, which means you draft the
guy
first
gets it.
year. Oh yeah, I was in one. I was in one for over a decade. So your first year is your big draft.
It sounds like we're at AA
and you
meeting right now.
always have those players on your team. And then the following year, your draft consists mainly of rookies and free agents that have been cut in your league, and there's always trades going on. So in those
Okay, so you just
leagues,
keep the players.
right, but in
Okay.
those leagues, your draft picks really matter. Like you can be like, bro, like in my league, anyways, like I'll trade you X, Y, and Z for your first rounder and your second rounder, and then I'd flip. Like you're really flipping picks and flipping players.
Do you know what
like,
else? So someone kind of ruined the league because they found out that the draft picks are theoretical.
Yeah.
Because if you traded away your first round draft pick, but the person you kept that you drafted in the first round last time, the cost was the first round to keep him.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't make you give up that player. So you really only you gave him a first round pick, but you keep your player now in the second round.
Right. Right.
That was a first round pick, and you could keep sliding it down infinitely. And then you could just trade next year's picks away. It was like a Ponzi scheme of draft picks.
So how much money do you get for selling a dynasty team?
My team was $160.
$160.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was the buy-in. Okay,
Yeah.
that was okay. I mean, that's pretty good. How many years did you put into that?
8 or 9 years.
8 or 9 years.
I won the league 2 times.
You won it twice, so that's
And
good money.
It was a celebrity league. A guy from LA got me in.
Oh,
we had
okay.
guys like the host of American Idol.
Oh, Ryan Seacrest?
No. The first year.
I don't know who that is.
Brian Dunkelman, who co-hosted with him. I'll stop moving my hand.
Brian Dunkelman.
That we had him and Brian Baldinger, the announcer, was in
Oh,
our
yeah,
league.
yeah.
I know
he used to
Brian
be-
Baldinger, yeah.
Brian Baldinger. Wow.
So it was like a semi-celebrity league.
C-list celebrity.
Yeah, I always forget that there was a comedian that was the very first host of American Idol. Yeah.
And he was like, "This show's going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm leaving." And he
They're
was
like, we need someone more handsome than you.
And they're like,
to
"Well,
host
get
the
that
show."
guy from the radio." Yeah, Ryan Seacrest was like a fucking
Right?
radio
yeah,
guy.
he was like the new Casey Kasem.
Yeah, he was Casey Kasem's replacement. Yeah.
They're like, wow, you actually are very handsome. You want to be in front of the camera? Yeah.
So you're a Bucks fan now. You were saying that before the show. You're a Bucks fan.
I'm a Bears fan.
You're a Bear, but you're kind of a Bucks fan.
No one's supposed to know.
No one's supposed to know.
I'm like a dirty secret Bucks fan.
But you got a
because-
hat. You got a jersey, don't you?
No, I
No?
got all
Okay.
Bears.
all
paraphernalia.
Bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bears. Ugh.
So,
And that's
But you
and-
watch the Bucks.
I do. I watch the Bucks. I cheer for the Bucks. I like the Bucks. Baker Mayfield's awesome.
He's the man.
Yeah, everybody loves him.
I
I think we won that trade. I think that's been decided.
yeah. It was a trade.
No, it was
something
a
like
free
I
agent
thought you just
signing.
signed
Oh, it
him.
was a free agency. Yeah, it wasn't even a trade.
We
yeah.
signed him for a 1-year deal for $4 million.
Yeah, Cleveland just was like, get out of here.
Actually, we got him from the Rams because he was drafted by Cleveland. Cleveland got rid of him. The Cleveland traded him to Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina then cut him. The Rams picked him up, and he had a cup of coffee with the Rams, and then
He
came
played for
to
his
us.
career.
Yeah.
There was a drive for his career.
That's
he
right.
drove the team 90 yards to win the game.
That's right.
And he was playing for his career.
And he signed a
basically.
1-year prove-it deal with us.
1 year prove a
proved it.
deal, and then they paid him after
And
that.
now, well, he's on the last year of his $100 million deal.
Yeah.
So now he's going to have to get paid because he threw for 40 fucking touchdowns last year.
Yeah, they're gonna want to keep him.
He could finish in the top 3 of the MVP voting. That's insane. No Bucs player has ever done that. Like if he throws for 45 touchdowns and 4,500 yards, how does he not get into the MVP conversation?
Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards and 30
yeah,
touchdowns.
that's
And
true.
30 interceptions.
That's true.
Yeah, and also 30
And
matches.
how many of those turned into touchdowns?
Oh my
So
God.
even more touchdowns probably.
Yeah,
than
so
the 30.
those count as touchdowns. Yeah,
yeah,
for the other team.
Fucking Jameis. Yeah.
That was an epic season.
I was never a fan of him. I mean, I've loved the Bucs my whole life.
I was always an FSU fan, so I liked him.
I never liked FSU. You know, I grew
Yeah.
grew up a Notre Dame fan, so like there was a rivalry there, and Jameis isn't not a smart man. I mean, he doesn't know what love is.
He's just
but,
gonna, he's gonna have his own like Flava Flav Golden Bachelor type show. As soon as he
how
gets
he
out of the
doesn't have a
NFL.
reality show now,
Yeah.
I'll never know. How he doesn't have a camera crew following him around.
Yeah, Travis Kelce is
He's like a cartoon
doing like
character.
American Horror Story.
Like,
And,
did you
and
see
we
the
don't got
photos?
Jameis
Did you
on a TV show?
You see the photos of him like modeling for like the New York Giants yearbook, right? He's literally like, he looks like he's posing for like a catalog.
Yeah, it looks like the Sears catalog from like 1996. Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, it's like if you put fucking Daffy Duck in a fucking Giants uniform, dude.
Well, I'm excited for football season starting tonight.
Yeah.
Baseball season is winding down, but the Rays are kind of on a tear.
It's crazy. They swept the Mariners.
Swept the
they're only
Mariners, which-
2.5 games out of the final wild card spot.
What are we, 6 games? We won 6 in a row?
7 maybe.
7 in a row?
7 maybe. Yeah.
So hopefully, who do we got tonight?
The Cleveland Guardians.
The Guardians. So
Who have a worse record than the Rays. They're like 4.5 out of the last wild cards. This is big. If they could sweep them in 3 games, then depending on what happens in front of them,
we got a shot.
got a shot to get into the final wild card spot and hold on to it. That's
Your
the thing.
baseball team, one of the worst in history.
Hey, we've
Not the worst, though.
not going to lose 100 games this year.
Yeah.
The Rockies are bad.
We have a chance to not lose 100.
Yeah, the Rockies are the worst team
I saw them play in person.
that ever existed, in the history of baseball. So it's not,
Hey, the Rockies had a neat little run through the 90s
yeah.
where everyone wanted to sign as a free agent there because they're like, oh, I can easily hit 45 home runs in this park.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you remember those lineups they had?
Yeah.
Fucking Vinny Castilla and Ellis Burks.
And then
all those
Andres
dudes.
Galarraga.
Yeah.
Juice up
Larry
a little
Walker.
bit. You're guaranteed. The air's
Todd
a little
Helton.
bit thinner up there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then they got rid of steroids. And
Yeah.
Dante
it's
Bichette
boring
hitting
now.
fucking 40 home runs. Yeah, those teams were great.
Although we got tons of guys hitting 40 plus home runs right now, and there's no steroids at all.
Right. But
Yeah.
like,
I mean, we got torpedo bats, but those
There's
are
also
those
a
gone
lot,
already?
There's also a lot more meatballs being served up because the pitch clock, and there
Yeah.
are guys who just can't throw gas the way they used to because steroids are gone.
but
You
there's
know what I
also
mean?
not a guy who's never hit 16 home runs
who it's 50
hitting 55 like Brady Anderson from the
Right.
Orioles.
Brady Andrew or Chris Davis
Just
There's
out of
another
nowhere.
guy,
And then there
yeah.
was like Luis Gonzalez was always like
He
a,
hit 57 that year. The same year that Sosa and
57.
McGuire. The same year Sosa and McGuire broke the record. Luis Gonzalez hit 57 home runs, dude. Get the fuck out of here. He hit like 25. The most was the year before.
there
that.
was Jewish guys hitting 40 home runs.
Sean Green.
yeah, like-
Sean Green, yeah. He had 4 in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he played for the Dodgers against the Brewers.
That's hilarious. Well, you
Mazel
think
tov.
maybe they could make a compromise and we bring steroids back just for the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
It was like just for the Classic, you can juice a
Or how
little
about,
bit.
how about just for the playoffs? Playoffs
Yeah.
and the WBC. You
Yeah.
can- those
No, I
as-
don't know. I
Can
like
juice a little bit as a treat.
Yeah.
I like my 1-0 playoff games. Those are always exciting.
Yeah.
Those are good. There's like the Jack Morris, one pitcher goes into the extra innings kind of games. Those are classics. Those don't happen anymore.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit. You've been a bit of a comedy bully lately. We need to jump into this.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm,
No, we totally have to jump into this.
no,
Have you talked about it on your podcast?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
but,
shit.
just
my
for here.
podcast is just I do conspiracies with my brother.
Yeah, and I do want to get in
Okay.
to some conspiracies
Nice.
before we
All right.
move,
Talk about
move
that.
on to the end of the
I,
show.
was- I was just at a big conspiracy location, apparently.
Yeah, he was just at the Denver Airport.
Denver Airport.
Yeah, giant.
Yeah.
That's where life is going to start when
That's
we're all.
that's where life will
when the-
restart
I can't wait to hear
after
about
nuclear
this.
winter. Yeah.
When the nuclear vent hits, all the elites will live underground for a couple years, and then they'll come up and start society over
yeah.
the
Yeah,
right way.
Denver
Yeah.
Airport.
In the middle with that blue Mustang with the
Why do you
giant
think it's
cock.
out there in a field?
The middle of nowhere.
They need all those tubes for the luggage.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
In Commerce City, Colorado.
Yeah, there's a whole warren of tunnels under there.
Oh,
Anyway.
I know, yeah. Well, the monorail's underground.
Anyway, back to petty comedy drama.
Okay. As far as being a comedy bully.
And I'm just joking. I don't think you're that much of a
It's-
bully.
here,
I don't
no,
think you
it-
are.
I came up and I'll name drop. No one will believe me, but when I came up, there was something called the Lion's Den in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and these were the comics that would be at the Lion's Den. It would be me. Obviously, I'm there, but no, like T.J. Miller, Hannibal Buress,
Mm-hmm.
John Mulaney, Kumail, who's like super famous now. And
back then, Chicago, like it seemed like a bunch of comics were using Chicago as like a pit stop between like New York and LA.
Sure.
Yeah. Or it was like, let's go to Chicago for a year.
No, they would go there first.
They would go there first before New York or LA?
Whatever small town in Iowa, you were the most handsome, smarter guy, you would go to Chicago.
Okay.
And you'd get real good there. There was a lot of stage time. Mm-hmm. And then even if you killed, the diner afterwards would hold your feet to the fire if you were unoriginal or hacky.
Right.
So you could kill. Because one night I killed with the acting it out and everything, the shopping wheel, the shopping cart.
Oh, the squeaky wheel?
I got the wheel. Oh, why do I always get the one with the bad wheel? I'm like, and then, you do stuff like, and the crowd's going to laugh.
And yeah, because you're...
And then they all made fun of me. I'm like, what are you talking about? It killed. I'm like, I don't know. Every comic from 1983 through now does a bit about the shopping. And then here's a wild one. This might be off topic. The reason we need bullying, it's because you don't need to bully, but we went too far from where you're allowed to criticize or give advice, because then that's a personal attack.
Right.
So for 10 years, every feature act I worked with had the same bit where it was the hall pass. The concept of
the sex hall pass.
You're allowed to, if you ever come across these 5 people, you get a pass.
Yeah. I've heard that joke. I've heard that joke hundreds of times.
And it's always the same. It's the woman has the 5 famous guys or whatever, and he goes, "Oh, I must have done it wrong. Mine is the waitress, your sister."
Yeah.
And so, but bullying went away.
I think I did that. I did that joke one time.
Everyone did.
I did that joke one time, maybe in my first 3 months, and the headliner straight up made fun of me.
You had a nice headliner.
Yeah. It was like, what?
Because I was always try to be polite. Like I would just be like, I would never criticize anybody or never do any of that stuff. And then the reason the bullying, because people will say, well, if someone's terrible, just let them be, and it doesn't affect you. Well,
but it does.
Here's why it does affect me. 15 years ago or so, Minneapolis, there were comics like Pete Lee was coming out of there, Maria Bamford, Chad Daniels, Mary Mack, and
Maria Bamford is like one of my top 5 all-time favorites.
Some unnamed even, but really good comics were coming out of Minneapolis. So if you were a comic from Minneapolis, you kind of got like the benefit of the doubt. You're like, "Ooh, this guy, let's at least hear him out, see what he's about."
Yeah, that was like the cool town for a while. That was like the Portland before Portland got cool. Yeah.
And then I came from Chicago, and people know you've at least had your feet held to the fire if you're from Chicago. You've been vetted. You've been you don't just go there and get stage time. You don't play the improv and zanies and stuff if you're not any good. So they kind of assume you're good. Well, Tampa's tough. I've been here long enough that I'm a Tampa comic.
Right.
And so I think I've made a good mark here, whereas at least almost everyone I've brought on the road with me for a little while is gone now. They live in New York. They live in Texas. I'm not saying I did that. They did that with their talent, 1,000,000%.
Well, you wouldn't have brought them if they sucked anyway.
Right. Yeah. But then most of what
you're not putting your name onto a comic that isn't any good.
Right.
Basically.
But more importantly than that, the car trips. Mm-hmm. The time spent is like, if anything I could help them with is like, here's stuff I've done incorrectly and wrong. So maybe you can take my word for it not to do these things.
Yeah, don't be an idiot
you spread some wisdom, and then you take some back because you can learn from their youth and excitement and stuff like that.
Right.
But then I'm from Tampa now. I'm a Tampa comedian. So when people go on shows and they're terrible, and they're like, "I'm from Tampa," like it starts
or you're like a 1-year comic recording a special.
Yeah, and which is
that goes directly to YouTube.
But I have to understand that there's nothing I can do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do about it. But it's one of those things. It's like, well, I made a special and I worked really hard,
but nobody.
I made it really good.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear. Because I would even be like, hey, you're doing a pretty good job for 2 years into comedy, which is you're doing it. It's a lie, but I'm willing to tell that lie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But what do you think of the special I taped on my iPhone? It's dog shit. It's not good, and it's fine, and that's my problem. That's not someone, but it's it does have.
Well,
something
it's
to do
cool
with
if you
me.
want to put up some TikToks or whatever, and the sound sucks a
Sure.
little bit, or
Yes.
it's a 45-second clip.
Yes,
Who
but
fucking
and then,
cares? You know.
So then, when the city that I now call home and do my things out starts to become sort of the joke, maybe, so telling someone their dog shit's maybe not the way to go. Maybe asking them how they can help, but you can't do that anymore. You can't go to somebody and be like, hey,
Hey,
you're out there working, but maybe a 3-camera shoot at a club with 30 people isn't a thing you need to do now. And then I wanted to say, also, if you tape something, you're not obligated legally to throw it online.
Right. You can tuck that away forever.
Yeah, you can be like, oh, maybe I'll watch this and learn from it. But I see these crazy people just throwing, they bomb.
Throwing shit at the wall to see what
terrible.
sticks. Yeah.
And they're just like throwing it out there, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Oh. and it's more of a me thing. Like, I got to let it go, but it's also kind of like when I came up.
Well, it does suck if the town that you're living in
it's
is
just
a joke. Yeah.
Because everyone sucks. Like everyone sucks. That's new, and you're supposed to suck when you're new.
Right.
You are supposed to, and you're supposed to be afforded the time to grow. But then also, like,
well, have you ever got this compliment before? Have you ever done like a show for like somebody, like an acquaintance, or like a acquaintance of a family member or your wife's coworker or something like that, and then afterwards they come up to you and they go, "Oh, you're a real comedian."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because of these guys that tell everybody at the office that they're a fucking comedian.
Well, no,
and come to my special taping, and then they go and they're like, "Wow, this fucking sucks."
I get that whenever the few times I've played a sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
In, I believe, is that Pinellas County?
I don't think I've
that
ever
where
done,
it is?
I haven't done a sushi restaurant.
Shit, I would love to do a
Yes,
sushi
you have.
restaurant.
I'm just not going to say the name of the place.
Yeah. Okay, no, yes.
And then they're like, "Oh, you're very funny. We're used to dog shit cruise ship acts here."
yeah,
Like,
that's true. There's a lot of cruise ship acts coming through Pinellas County.
Yeah.
A lot of cruise ship guitar acts. Those are getting popular again. Yeah, cruise ship guitar act.
thank God.
You gotta love a guitar act. Good guitar act.
I opened for a guy on the road one time.
They're up there with Puppet.
And it was, I forget what his name is, but I wouldn't drop it anyway. But I do legit forget what his name is. But his whole act was like, "Hey guys, remember 1983 and this one song?" And then he would play like 90 seconds of that song and then like make some faces, and then it would be like on to the next one.
Fuck yeah. That sounds
And he did
awesome.
that for an hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
He did
the
that for a
crowd
whole
loves it.
hour, and the crowd was like, "Yeah!" The crowd was like, "This is so fucking good."
That's just why am I even doing comedy? Like, if that guy's doing an hour and to a crowd that's giving him an ovation, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, you do it because you like to do it.
Yeah.
You like to be
I'm like,
funny,
God, Jesus.
write jokes. So yeah, I don't think you're really that much of a comedy bully, and it's not. I don't. And I
Have you
think
gotten a
it's-
lot of backlash? Have people reached out to you
I
about
don't-
that?
I just block them.
No.
Yeah. No, the guy. It's fine. It's
What
and
about
that's-
like friends, semi-friends have been like, "Hey, man."
No, the group chat all saying the same shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, who do you think's egging him on?
Well, I have an idea. I have a pretty good idea.
Brian's like messaging me like, "Hey, should I post this?" And I'm like half drunk. I'm like, "Yeah, no, do it."
Yeah.
Should I?
You and Fernandez were
Yeah.
like, fuck everybody.
A better route would be find the person, reach out, try to help them. But I didn't care to help them.
Right.
I was angry.
Right.
And I acted out of anger, and not like violent. I didn't call anybody a jive turkey or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a little over the line. It costs
like,
one a JT.
no, but
man.
I wasn't like I didn't care to help at this point. I cared to
Right.
ridicule and bash. And so I did that.
I just made fun of the guy because he was kind of shitty to a friend of mine once. So it's just like, I just don't really like this guy.
I don't either.
But his jokes
But
also
I still
do
would have
suck.
just let it go. But yeah, it's bad. And then other. I don't know. There's a lot of bad out there right now.
There is.
Which is
well, that's
you used to be able to ignore.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Is like, yeah, like how is the culture shifted? Because you've been doing comedy probably at least a little bit longer than me.
I've been doing stand-up comedy for 10 years, for quite a few years.
Yeah, you just keep saying 10 years. That's a good
quite
round
a
number
few
to tell
years now.
people. Yeah. I started in 2010.
Okay.
So
Before
that was
that.
yeah. I know you. Yeah, you must have started what? Yeah, you started like 2005, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
1996.
1945. I'm 100 years old.
JFK had just been shot.
Yeah, no. So you've been doing it a very long
been doing
time. So
it
you've
for a long
seen I've seen it change at least 3 times since I've started. Just
Yeah.
like the culture of stand up and and how new guys try, what their goals are
Yeah.
or how they try to develop an act and stuff like that.
To be fair, too, part of the reason I was upset and everything is the particular show where this took place. I also have an issue with people who aren't ready going on that show, and it's because
Yeah, no, we've talked about it on this
You're
before.
going on this show if you're good. And
We
you
could-
have
yeah.
10 years, and you go on and you do a nice minute. And
Yeah, and
you
it's
get the big
it's
joke
awesome.
book, and then you get some kudos. That's who should be
That's
going on
awesome.
this show.
Yes.
It's-
Well, that's not what they want all
No,
the time.
no,
though.
no.
Because we had JJ Curry in after his appearance on Kill Tony,
Yeah.
just talking about how it is, and it's like, yeah, they want some of that like Gong Show, American Idol,
Yeah, of
type
course.
shit, where it's like, look at this guy, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it
Let's
gets
make fun of him
ratings.
for a minute,
Yeah.
and that's great. But but if you're a serious comedian, like save that for crazies.
Yeah.
If you really want to get good at comedy, you do what JJ did. Was he went up there and he just fucking hit mics and stages all around town for more than 1 minute. So people were like, okay, this guy is definitely funny.
Yeah.
And then he goes and does his 1 minute, and then that's a risk, but everybody's seen you do 20 already.
Yeah. But
So
also, if
now
you-
they know you're good, you do the 1 minute and you do great, and you get 1 million views on your fucking clip.
Now,
yeah.
here's what I'm saying. If you live in Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
and your name isn't in that bucket every Monday, I don't know what you're doing in Austin, Texas. So I'm not saying the show's amazing as a viewer because you get
Right.
some of that. So it's a great show.
Well,
But what I'm
they
saying
used
is
to
I
do
don't-
versions. They used to do versions of this in L.A. Well, I mean that show started in L.A.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
even before that, I remember going to the Comedy Store, and it'd be like Tuesday night, midnight show, or 11
Yeah, yeah.
p.m. show, and it was just all mentally ill people.
Yes.
And then they would find them on the
Right.
streets and then bring them up there, and then that was the show.
And that was my issue, where I was like, this was not the first time. There's a string of like every time someone goes, I'm like, okay, let's be bold. You're 1 year into your stand-up comedy, and you go and the minute kills, you've screwed yourself.
yeah.
You've absolutely screwed. Because
now
what's
you
your
don't-
plan?
Yeah, because now what do you do when you get booked for 30?
Yeah, what 10?
Now you're fucked.
What
Yeah,
do you get
even
booked for
10,
10?
yeah.
What if you get booked for that same minute? Because if you're a year in and you killed on there, it was circumstance. It was just
Right.
everything lined up perfectly. Because you'll do that same minute again and people will stare at you. So I'm just like, what's your plan? Is my thing. So I just got frustrated because person after person would go up who, no matter what happened, like there was no good outcome.
Right.
And then
well,
they
I mean,
go
that was
up-
always the thing that that guys would tell me when I first started. It was like, don't audition for a 30-minute spot before you can do
Right.
a 30-minute
And
spot.
this isn't-
Even if you kill the fucking audition, like you're going to
Right.
show
Yes.
up and then you'll never get booked ever again. It doesn't matter how good you get.
And this show is the biggest show out there,
totally.
right? Let's face it.
Totally, yeah.
So when you go on this,
It's got
if
bigger
you're not
numbers than the
ready-
late night stand-up sets
Right.
for sure.
And it's so if you're not ready to sell tickets, if
Right.
you're not ready to take off, what are you doing? And that's what got me. And then I'm like, you're on here, and then you don't even know that these people are openly mocking you to your face. You've done poorly, and then you're like,
Right.
oh, I thought the interview went well. It didn't. They're making fun of you to your face, passive aggressively. Like they're just
It
making
wasn't
fun
even
of you.
passive aggressive.
It wasn't
was just,
yeah, it was
they
pretty
were
much
just
like,
mean to him.
flat out
Yeah.
making-
You're a jerk off.
Several
Yeah.
before him too. And then it's like the third or fourth time where they're just like, I'm from Tampa, to where now that's the biggest show. Several people from Tampa have went up there and done poorly and been like, I'm from Tampa. So now you're just like, oh, Tampa must have shit comics. And they're right. too. That's the worst part. That's the part that makes me the saddest.
Everyone thinks they're going to be Cam Patterson.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're going to go up there 3 years into comedy and have a great minute and then be on Saturday Night Live.
But still, that's 3 years. That's 2 years more than 1 year.
Yeah.
It's still, that's a lot longer.
Yes.
Well, that's the same. I mean, it's like just because he can do it, it doesn't necessarily mean everybody can.
Right.
It's like,
I mean,
it's not running a marathon.
I was featuring for headliners on the road like 2 years in, and had a 30-minute act.
Yeah.
But like I worked really hard to make that happen.
Oh, I get it.
And it probably wasn't that good.
No.
But
Is anything?
no.
Is anything from that in the special you taped?
Like 2 things.
Right.
Yeah, 2 things.
yeah.
And those I stumbled upon 2 really good bits. And it took me years to figure out how to do that without just being on accident.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, it's, definitely everything's a learning experience, and so is bullying.
Yeah.
So we're pro bullying here.
Yeah.
On the Something
I don't know
Planet
if
podcast.
I don't know if bullying.
Interesting comment.
If bullying is like.
We needed a little bit, at least ball busting, at least some
there you
ball
go. Because
busting.
I don't like bullying.
I
don't mean bullying like real
but ball
bullying.
busting. That's what you're supposed to do. You're
Yeah.
supposed
Fear.
to be able.
If I'm 2 years into it, I should be afraid to sign up for that show because that's what it is, and they don't have the damn fear anymore.
That's I know guys that have been doing it for a decade that were scared to do a minute on that
And you
show
should
because
be.
and you should be, yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I have to kill this
Yes.
because this is a good opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a legit fucking opportunity. It's like going on Letterman in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
for sure.
this is the dumbest thing that came out of that whole situation was someone said doing 45 minutes is easier than doing 1 minute.
No,
Yeah, the person said it. And
I
then-
mean,
that is not true.
maybe for me.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
But no, it's
not
work.
because you'll
It's
comb
work.
through it and you'll be like, if you really needed to do a minute, you would comb through it and you
I
would
would
find
find a
3
minute.
of your good jokes and only do 20 seconds of each. Like you could do it. It's a minute.
Right.
45 minutes is hard. It's an arc, and it's
Yeah.
like so. Like
Yeah.
no, if you're good at comedy, you can do a minute. It's like pro wrestlers when they're on the indie scene. They'll complain about the time constraints of their match.
Right.
And then a veteran will tell them, like, hey, if you can't have a good match in 5 minutes, you can't have a good match in 15 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so if you can't pop off a minute, you can't do 45 minutes. Like,
That's true. That's true. You got to keep people awake the entire
Yes.
fucking time. We're one of those rare professions where almost everyone we're performing to is drunk.
yeah.
And they're tired, and it's late.
We're drinking t-shirt salesmen.
Yeah, hot wing salesman.
Until you make it like theater and arena, you are a drink and
until
t-shirt
until
salesman.
people are paying for a ticket with your name on it.
Yeah.
You're just hot wings guy.
Yeah.
Let me jump over here real quick. I want to remind you guys that we're sponsored by random-fandom.com. That is Something Planet's official t-shirt company. You can go to random-fandom.com right now. Find a whole bunch of fun t-shirts. Also, check out my special, Rhinoceros, on Amazon Prime. I'm thinking about moving it to YouTube. It's been a year on Prime, so I'm thinking about moving it to the old YouTube. But my YouTube still isn't monetized yet. So it was, and then the standards changed.
What are they? Just
I need another 500,000 views.
okay. Here's a funny thing about YouTube.
Let's do it.
I didn't post anything on YouTube.
No.
A clip of mine from TikTok ended up on YouTube, and one of the top streamers saw it and liked it.
Okay.
So I went from 0 because I didn't post anything to 400 subscribers on YouTube because people were like, "Hey, this is."
because you were like tagged.
So they just like found like old videos of mine.
Oh,
from there.
nice.
Then it turns out that the streamer was like, nothing wrong with being super alt-right, I guess, but that's what this was. So I'm like, Oh,
So now you're an alt-right guy?
I got to lean into it now.
Are you are you in the manosphere now?
The man? Oh, is that like being red-pilled?
That's like Joe Rogan and like Theo Vaughn.
Sure,
and all
that's
those
what
guys.
me right.
Yeah,
I'm the next.
there you
That's
go.
the
I'm
manosphere.
I'm the next Nelk boy.
Yeah, you got to get the Theo Vaughn wig and then hide it under the Dennis the Menace cap.
That's yeah.
Is he wearing a wig? It looks like a wig.
It's a mullet.
It's a no. I think it was a mullet, but I think it is
just
a
like-
wig now.
His hair's
it's-
thinning like mine, and
He's
like
the same age as you.
Yeah.
It's sewn in like Joe Dirt. It's a
Yeah,
wig,
it's just sewn into.
Just
It's
sewn in.
grown into my
it's
scalp.
a wig, but it's sewn into my scalp.
Isn't that wild? The guy, like, he would even say it himself. He's like, I'm a guy from Road Rules that interviewed the president. Like,
Yeah.
that is like so
I don't know how the
wild.
fuck that happened. Yeah, Road Rules Real World Challenge. And it
Yeah,
goes to the
yeah.
inauguration of the president.
Yeah, Christina Pazinski, she was also a Road Rules
She was.
person, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's
One of my
wife.
sneaky credits when I go off on like, because I have a long intro about just his funny stuff.
Oh, I did hear that intro
About,
the
like,
other day.
I was like, I've opened for Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura's wife. At the time,
I opened for Ralphie's wife. I should throw that in there. I should steal
Yeah.
that. I opened up for Ralphie May's ex-wife.
but at the time,
Bitch that killed him.
that I worked with her, Tom is still becoming famous.
Yeah.
And he's a heavier version, and there were similarities. And the week we
chubby
worked
chaser,
together,
yeah.
she's like, this is bizarre working with you. She goes, it's like working with.
just another
But then
big
luckily,
rude
he
guy.
got more famous, lost a bunch of weight, got bald.
Yeah.
Completely. I'm bald denial.
I think he's doing the Ozempic stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. And
yeah.
Trent,
Sure, dude.
Trent
Come on.
Gear.
Huh?
Yeah, he openly on gear too.
Yeah.
Like,
What is gear?
Testosterone.
that's a cool word for kind of steroids.
Oh, so
Like
it's like
hormone replacement.
Yeah.
TRT.
so that helps you lose weight if you get extra.
if,
Well,
you're,
yeah.
if you're training, yeah.
If you work out, yeah,
Okay.
it'll definitely help you lose weight.
So I can't just take it and I'll get ripped.
No,
you
you
have
take
to
it and do
actually
nothing,
work
you'll
out.
be a big fat
That's
piece
the
of shit.
stupidest part of it is that you have to.
Yeah,
lift
why
the weights.
can't? There's Ozempic for getting.
Because then
See,
thin.
I think people that have lost all this weight in Ozempic, that shit, something's gonna come back. And
I
you're
think
gonna grow like
it'll
a
pop
third
back on, I
asshole in the
think,
middle of
Which
your
is
probably.
forehead or
wild
something.
because if I just took Ozempic, I wouldn't lose weight. I'd have to take Ozempic and not eat as much food.
Right.
Which is not
Well, it's
fair.
supposed to help you
Yeah.
not eat as much. It's supposed to.
Not when you're me.
Not when you're you. No.
Because I'll go on a diet and I'll probably end up like I went on and I'll lost some weight. I'm like, if you look at my podcast from a couple weeks ago, I'm much fatter. I'll lose a bunch of weight and then I'll be like, that's enough, and then I'll just go back to what I was doing before.
Yeah.
Start tickling 400 again. And
Well,
then,
you know,
Wow, $4.
we're gonna. I guess we'll see in a few years if like this medication starts to have like diminishing returns. Because that's
I think
always
it's gonna.
That's always the worry. Because remember they invented the hair loss stuff,
Right.
and it was like working really good, but then like 10 years later, it was like, this shit don't work.
What do you remember
at all
that
anymore.
like that fen weight loss shit in the 90s?
Oh yeah, that like fucked your heart up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. My mom was part of a lawsuit. 1 million people were part of that shit.
Dude,
Yeah, something else is gonna happen.
high school football, late 90s, we were jacked off of ephedrine.
Oh really?
We
Oh,
would take
fuck
something called
yeah.
an ECA stack.
Well, you had the young heart, so you could take it. Yeah.
It's called an ECA stack. It had ephedrine.
Anything that's a stack is
yeah.
bad.
What are they? All right, it had like ephedrine, aspirin, and then I don't know what else was in it. But
Was the aspirin supposed to like open up your
thin
veins?
the blood,
Yeah.
Thin the
open
blood,
the veins,
yeah.
let that stuff get it. Caffeine. So it was
Oh,
an ECA stack. It was ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin.
Fuck yeah.
They were called 357 magnums because they had 357
Milligrams
of caffeine, which I understand now. Like they're like, well, my Monster has 140. No one, this stuff didn't exist in the late
Right,
90s.
yeah.
Coffee was strong as far as caffeine was concerned.
Right, right.
This had
No,
this
these
was
were
like,
pills.
This was like, oh no, this is 12 cups of coffee and ephedrine and asprin hitting your body. So we were just maniacs out there. We weren't any good, but we were maniacs.
We weren't any good,
flying
but we got
around.
hurt a lot.
yeah.
Just flying around,
Yeah.
smashing into people.
Is this the coach's idea or is it your guys' idea?
It was our idea, but our coach's idea was don't skip lunch that day.
Skip lunch?
Because he goes, you want to be hungry when you play out, flying
Yeah,
around on the field.
I'm sure
He goes,
that-
have a nice breakfast, skip lunch, and play the game. So we skipped the lunch.
Sure,
but
he
then
was
we
a
also
nutritionist.
are pounding these stacks.
Yeah, they're blowing rails with ephedrine.
He was my coach was a military guy.
Your
so
stomach is just getting all tore up. Your esophagus.
Well, did
Oh
you
my
have? Do you have
God.
guys that would take pre-workout before PT tests in the Marines?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I had guys. I did that shit a couple times in the Army. me. Like you take those pre-workout pills and
you can
pound
pop
a Red Bull and you're like, I can run for days.
You feel invincible.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
but
run through a wall.
it would make your piss look so dirty for the piss test that they would be like, you have to take that again because there's obviously something in that. Yeah, you would piss in the cup, it'd be like iced tea.
Neon green.
Yeah, bright yellow. Yeah, dude, I drank 2 Red Bulls and took a handful of like pre-workout one time for a PT test and smashed it. Right, and by the end of the run, I was like losing it. Right,
Like, sir, do you realize you just broke the world record for the 1 mile run?
Not even close, dude. I wish. So I crossed the finish line. They're like, all right, whatever time it was. I made it by like a minute and a half or whatever. So I'm like, like the worst puke I've ever had in my life, dude. Just
Fantastic.
Red Bull and speed coming out of your nose.
I weighed 125 pounds in the military, so I never had a problem.
shit.
Yeah, I was just
Are you
a
kidding me?
gazelle.
125 pounds.
I'm exaggerating a little.
I had my football coach was from the Citadel.
Yeah.
And so can I say what someone probably yelled to you as you're puking? Outstanding!
Hey, oh yeah.
Yeah, that means you worked out hard enough.
Yeah, that means
you
you push yourself to the limit.
Yeah, you exercised hard enough.
Way to go.
That
yeah.
was we did crawls the length of the foot. He was
Ooh,
just
bear crawls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the length of the on Mondays his goal was, and people are just puking all over.
Yeah.
Like now the football coach would be like, "Oh, hey, let's work on football." He was just like, "No, I got to torture these guys."
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to hurt their spirit first.
Well, yeah, you gotta see how committed they are to it. Like, will you do this every Monday, knowing that
And then
it's gonna happen?
small flex. I did play in college, and it was nothing like it was very what I just said. It was like very
practice
football during practice. Now we did have an old military guy who was our strength and conditioning coach,
And that motherfucker was.
and
nuts.
his job was
Yeah.
to torture us.
That guy
Right.
was
But like
nuts.
during football,
But it was
practice-
probably a more of a
no, you
scientific
came
process.
in the morning and did that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that was separate from football practice.
Right, different
Football
practice.
practice, we worked on football a lot, but in high school, football practice was
Just running through
Be
tires.
like, all right, I'm going to smash your. Oh,
head to head.
this is me. This is me
Oklahoma
going off on a
drill.
tangent.
Yeah.
Nothing hurt worse than a whistle on the top of your helmet.
What
And I
is-
think they all knew that. They would just swing and hit the
And just
whistle
hit it?
on the top of your, and if it was like a bell ringing, like
Oh, see, I never played football.
Okay.
I was a boxer in high school, so
Oh,
every once in a
no.
while the
Why would
coach
you
would get
do that?
mad and just fucking knock me
you
out.
get punched all the time.
Oh yeah, I got hit a bunch.
I know. I did. I wrestled my whole thing.
You
and
get
then-
hit when you wrestle too.
Yeah. But I wrestled, and so I got done, and I'm 22
You're not supposed
years
to,
old.
but dudes will just punch you right in the fucking face as soon as they think the ref's not looking. Yeah.
And then I'm done. I'm 22 years old. I'm out of college, and a guy that I wrestled against in a different high school buys a part of the Gold's Gym.
Okay.
Starts an MMA gym out of that, which MMA is not huge
Not yeah.
in the early 2000s yet. It's still,
You're still getting it from Blockbuster.
Dana White hasn't bought it yet or anything. So, but people, he's
Yeah,
like
you're getting
starting to train.
DVDs from Blockbuster and being like, "Holy shit!"
And
look
so
at
I-
punch
this.
him in the balls.
I train a couple days at it, and with the grappling and all that, and then the day we did striking, even with that big padded helmet and the gloves, a couple
Oh, the
shots.
helmet doesn't really do shit.
No, and a couple shots, and I was just like, I don't like this.
I don't like this at
This
all.
is the worst thing that ever.
Getting
like,
punched in the head sucks.
It's so bad.
Well, you got to learn. I guess
It's so bad to get hit. I
the
hate
goal.
it.
Yeah, the goal is to learn to not.
But
the
even
goal.
if you're good, you get hit.
You still will get
like
hit.
you
Yeah.
Unless
watch,
you're Floyd Mayweather.
they'll show
Yeah.
the stats and then of an MMA fight, and they'll be like, this guy. And he doesn't even look hurt. And they're like, he had 22 significant strikes to his head, and he had 44.
Right.
So
That's
like,
why they're in wheelchairs after
Yeah.
the fight.
Jeez.
They're like, I
Right.
can't move for 3 days.
Yeah,
it
it's
hurts so much.
It's pretty bad. That's why I eventually quit, and that's
Good
why
move.
That's why I never did. That's why I never did MMA. I competed in like jiu-jitsu for a while,
Yeah.
but that was like pretty tame.
Well, jiu-jitsu is perfect because like
Yeah.
if somebody breaks into your house, you can scoot on your butt.
Yeah. You could be like, hey, get on top of me. I'll choke you out, motherfucker.
I'll put you in a
get
triangle
my guard.
choke.
Yeah, I'll real naked choke you so hard.
My favorite thing is if anyone's a Facebook friend of mine, and one of my comments on a post they find in the wild, because every Brazilian jiu-jitsu post I see, I just comment on it of how like I'm like, hey, I thought these kind of videos were banned in Florida. That we can
Do you have to put your ID in?
Yeah.
I'm just ragging on them. I wrestled. I get it. Like I'm just being funny. Like I have respect for the sport.
Oh yeah, I mean it is funny because it's part of the whole manosphere tough guy culture. It's like Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
They get so mad
and backing your truck into a parking spot. Those are the two tests of a man nowadays.
You can back a trailer up.
No, hold on. But the backing in to a spot.
What is that?
Can we spend a second here?
I've been
can't waste time going in reverse.
I am absolutely insane, and I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And things that bother me is when someone
does bother me
because I'm like, that's a negative time save.
Right.
Because backing out of the spot is much less time.
It's way easier.
In. So as a net, you have wasted time by backing into the spot.
By proving that you can do it.
And who can't do it? Backing into a spot.
Where did it come from?
That's people's dads.
As ambulance and stuff.
People's dads backing in.
I don't know. I drove like an international tow truck, like a 700, and I would just pull straight up into a parking spot in this giant tow truck.
Well, how about this? Someone backing into a parking lot, which is configured diagonally.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
I don't mind the pull through. I don't like it. I don't like the
pull through either.
But I can deal with it. But watching someone hold up a line because they're backing
in
they
diagonally.
Ever get it the first try.
Almost never. They're so bad at it. Yeah.
And anyone who wants to say
I saw somebody doing
salty,
that in a parking garage.
It's the worst.
Well, why?
If anyone ever wants to say I do it because I'm salty, I grew up in Chicago. I can parallel park when you don't even think the car can fit in there. This is a true.
You got to do a little tap.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm courting my current wife. I take her on a road trip with me down to Miami.
Her pa hasn't given me her blessing yet.
I don't even know the size of her dowry. Okay?
Yeah. I don't know how many goats.
I'm courting this gal.
And I get a spot on the main street so tight in Chattanooga, 2 people stopped their cars and praised me. So don't tell me it's a skill thing. It's not because I'm not a skilled driver and can't bike. It makes me mad.
I can back into a spot, but
yes.
but what is the point? That's what I don't understand.
You've wasted more time. Like it's not a net time save unless you're robbing the place. If you plan to rob the place,
and then you got to get a quick getaway. Yeah,
I'm all on it.
No, what I like to watch is guys that have backed into the spot at the hardware store, like Lowe's or something, and then I like to pull up right up to their tailgate. So then when they come
virtual
out,
high five. That is my.
So when they come out with all of their things, they have a very difficult time getting it into the back.
That is better than cocaine, and I don't know if you guys know how good cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll sit there at the front and I'll watch them, and they'll get in the car and they'll pull it forward just a little bit so that they can open their.
That's amazing.
Pretty good.
My wife doesn't understand why I'm doing that.
It's like well, it just doesn't make sense as far as loading unless you're backing up to a loading dock, then you just pull straight in.
My wife will say sometimes if like we're at a grocery store and someone's done that, and they're like, "Why are you?" She'll ask like, "Oh, why are you pulling so close to the back of their car?" And then I told her once, and she was just like, "You're an insane person. You're a mentally handicapped person." And these are the things holding you back.
I do. I get mad at the same thing because I just don't know where it comes from. I just assume like Adam Carolla said it on a podcast one time.
That you need to back it in.
That you need to back it in.
It was on the Man Show.
Even my brother-in-law does it. My brother-in-law does it. He drives a fucking Kia Soul, and he backs into parking spots.
Can I come clean on something?
I'm like, why do you do that? And he's like, well, all the guys at work do it.
Well, I don't have a small cock. That's why I do it.
They do it behind my back. And so they'll never do it when they know I'm visiting. But my daughter and her husband,
they do the back end.
They're back in parking.
They're back end parking.
Yeah.
You caught them before?
Yeah, I'll just pull up like something. One time I was dropping something off. And then every time it's announced that they know I'm coming, their cars are parked normally.
Oh, they turn it around.
In their slots.
That's how crazy you are. Okay.
They're
like, don't piss Dad off.
Unannounced a couple times, and it's unparked, and I'm just like, hey, I noticed your guys' cars are.
I noticed you're parked.
It was a situation. And I'm like, look, man, I still love you guys.
I still love you, even though I hate you. No,
I noticed you're parked like a fucking asshole in your own.
All right, before we get out of here, I like to do a segment called Massive Media where we talk about our favorite things that we're watching and listening to.
Okay.
Sponsored
There
by-
it is. I got to double click.
It's
It's a new soundboard.
Sponsored by
New soundboard.
23andMe.
It does kind of sound like porn music. All right, so I'm first thing I'm going to bring up because we're already at an hour. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this far in. Is something I know you're watching, Peacemaker. Peacemaker season 2. You're not watching it?
I'm waiting. Here's me.
You're the biggest John Cena fan I know.
I'm waiting till all of the episodes are out.
You want to do a binge?
And then I'm going to sign up for my free month.
Oh, you got to get your free month.
You can watch all. Okay.
I used to
I'm
have
watching
Max forever, but
I'm watching it.
You're watching it? Really fucking hilarious so far.
I bet it is, guys.
It's pretty crazy.
I won't do any spoilers. I'll just say that Tim Meadows fucking stole that entire episode. Just so fucking funny.
I love Tim Meadows.
He's so hilarious.
I just finished rewatching Stranger Things leading up to the new season coming out this November. And it was like rewatching it for the first time because I hadn't,
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah,
dude, I was like, what?
Yeah,
I don't remember any of this. Great show.
These kids, like fucking Millie Bobby Brown, just adopted a baby. Like these
Right.
are
11?
not
Is
children.
that
No, yeah.
11. Yeah, these are not
they're in their
children
20s.
anymore.
Yeah. It's like Scooby-Doo.
This has been happening
but
too
they
long.
say fucking shit and whatever, you know.
So, did the new season come out?
No, November.
November. Okay, but is it good? Is it worth a rewatch?
Fuck
'Cause
yeah, dude. Stranger
I feel
Things
like
is great.
I feel like Stranger Things was kind of like Lost, where it's just like if I know what's happening, like I don't care.
I
anymore.
watched the first season as it came out when it was like super
Yeah.
mega popular, and then I just didn't. And I feel like I'm like, that's just going to be a thing that everyone likes, and it's great, and it's
pretty
great.
good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
pretty good.
That I'll just never experience.
Just never experienced it.
I didn't watch Lost. I didn't watch
I watched
any of this
one episode of Lost,
The first one?
final one.
Oh, the final one.
Yeah.
Well, that's the worst.
There was
the first episode's the best episode, and then it just goes downhill all
Reading
the
the
way to
back
the last.
page of
Here's the
book.
thing: leading into the 2-hour finale or whatever, there was like a 2-hour catch up.
Oh, okay.
And where they're talking
They
about
did
the
a
show.
straight up 2-hour catch
Well,
up.
kind of like where they talked about the making of the show, the cultural significance of it, the big points of it. I knew that they had left the island. Like people, they got off the island.
Yeah.
There was like a couple.
And then they had to
episodes.
come back.
Yeah, yeah. So then at the end, I'm like, all right, here we go. And now I'm ready to watch the last one. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're all dead in a church. This is great. All right.
That's it. Spoiler
You
alert.
didn't-
That's how it
You
ends.
didn't steal 8 years from me.
Yeah, you're not getting any. I like those water cooler shows where
Of course, they don't do that anymore.
It's like they don't really do it anymore because it's not week to week. But I kind of miss that where it was like like everybody's gonna be talking about this shit tomorrow. You know,
Right.
that's what I'm digging. Peacemaker. I think James Gunn is killing it. Did you watch Superman?
The one with Christopher Reeves, yes.
Yes. The new James Gunn one.
No, I didn't because it's too woke.
Oh, it is woke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then-
Superman is just a good guy. Yeah. Everybody was like, "Man, this guy's way too woke."
Yeah.
He like saves
lives.
he saves everybody.
He's saving squirrels in that one.
He saved a squirrel.
Saves a fucking
Yeah.
squirrel. Yeah.
Well, he couldn't let the squirrel die.
Well, you know
It's
what?
too good.
You
Do you want
make
me to
an
tell you
omelet.
really why I didn't see Superman?
Why?
Because this is me and my wife do this every time. Ooh, let's go see that movie, and then we'll just be like, well,
We'll catch you when it gets.
yeah.
Catch you when it gets on Max.
No, we'll watch it next week because we got something to do, and then it's been on the theater, and then we'll catch it out when it comes on. And then
Yeah.
now it's on Amazon Prime, but we're
There
like,
you go.
You'll get it. You'll catch
I
it.
don't know, $19.
You'll catch it.
Knowing
You'll-
we would have spent that more and more. At
More.
the
You would have
theater.
spent
Yeah,
30
yeah,
at the
yeah.
theater. Yeah. No, you'll catch it when it's on your free month of HBO Max, which has gone back to HBO Max now. Nobody.
They're like nobody liked it.
Nobody liked the purple
Yeah.
Max, and everybody just kept calling it HBO Max. So they were just like, okay, we'll bring it back. Yeah, I mean, I think people like HBO.
Well, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
So why get rid of something?
Yeah,
that
why fuck with it? It's
everybody
like
in the world
changing
knows?
Twitter to X.
Yeah.
Like, okay, why? Everybody liked the first
Everyone
thing.
still calls it Twitter.
Yeah, everyone still calls it Twitter.
When I
It's
was a
pointless.
kid,
X.
the cool kid would have HBO, and
Yeah.
the rest of us would have like Stars.
The kid whose dad was a doctor had HBO.
Had HBO.
And
We-
you'd watch like stand-up specials when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sleep over on Friday
I'd be
nights.
like, I got
yeah.
Stars. Does anybody like
Stars.
Stars?
Like, what's on Stars? Nothing.
Showtime. The poor people had Showtime.
Yeah, poor people had Showtime.
Rich people had HBO.
You guys want to drop some upcoming dates? We're right at the end here.
When's this come out?
This comes out tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Oh, I can't tell.
You can't. Oh, it's a don't tell.
I'm doing a don't tell. So
Doing
I
a don't
can't-
tell. Well, they probably already sold all the tickets.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I sell more tickets as an anonymous headliner.
As an anonymous, like we don't know who we're getting.
I don't know who this motherfucker
Oh, this
is.
guy again. Doing a don't tell tomorrow.
Yeah.
I haven't done one of those. I haven't tried it.
You're fine.
Am I good? What do I got coming up? I don't actually have shit. So.
No, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm pretty busy this month,
All
actually. I'll give the highlights, though. I got the Florida Man Comedy Tournament on the
Side Splitters
24th
main stage.
at Side Splitters.
Who are you up against?
Jander Gray.
Jander.
Screw Jan. I take him.
The funny part is we'll actually probably ride together to the thing.
Yeah, you guys like live like a mile from each
he
other.
lives like a mile from my
If he
girlfriend.
drugs you beforehand.
Oh, if only. Yeah.
No, Jander will give him a spicy chicken wing before he goes on stage.
Fuck that! I'll never do that show again. One and done, baby. And then I got a couple of shows with Johnny coming up. I got that Q for the Cure on the 12th.
Oh yeah,
Riverview, which is like that charity barbecue thing.
Yeah,
So
that should be fun.
That's pretty fun. And then I got that Money Talks show at Twisted Tiki on the 13th.
That was a fun show. I like
Great
that.
website.
That'll be my first one.
MoneyTalks.com. You should tell Johnny you want to do the Money Talks show because it's pretty fun. It's like basically you just kind of do whatever material. It's a good place to work out new material.
Yeah.
And you do get paid for the set, but in addition to getting paid for the set, if somebody wants you to talk about something, they just write it down on like a bill and then bring it up, and then you have to talk about that.
So that my wife can just put that bill right into a lottery machine?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can put it.
Whatever works for you,
Actually,
man.
the Sharpie might prevent it from being
Nice.
scanned
Okay.
into the lottery machine. You might actually be safe.
Probably that $80 you save.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun. I
Then
do
I have
have.
to explain to the Bank of America, hey, why does this $28 bill have, quote, the N-word written on it?
Why does it say pedophilia
Actually,
on this $20
That was
bill?
interesting. It was interesting to I bought my wife brunch the next day with
Yeah.
those bills, and
Yeah.
I was like, I had to explain it obviously because as soon as you give it to them, they just go, do I want to accept this?
Yeah, this is a hate crime written on here.
Let's see. Next weekend on the 13th, I got Will Blaylock and Chuck Glass coming into Divine Brewing.
Whoa.
And then in November, I got Brian Aldridge.
Me.
Second Saturday in November with Manny Gassett.
Yeah.
Manny Gassett.
All right, we're going to get the fuck out of here. Thank you so much for doing it.
I thought we were going to talk about if the Earth is flat or not.
Oh, no, we were going to talk about conspiracy theories. No, I didn't mean, no, I wanted to get your take on this giant spaceship that is a supposed giant spaceship the size of Manhattan that's headed towards us in November. What do you
They're
think of
going to
this?
shoot it down when it gets in the Van Halen belt.
You think they're shooting it? That test that Biden did like 2 years ago?
They'll 100% shoot it down.
You think so? Because
And we'll start
You
an
think they
intergalactic war.
you think they actually believe it's an alien spacecraft, or you
They
think
know that it's an alien spacecraft.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's what the scientists from Harvard is saying.
They
And
don't
then they're
come in
like saying,
peace,
well, if
though?
it was an alien spacecraft, like they think it's like a 747, where it's like, well, it's been hours. How is it not here yet? Well, it's coming from a very far
Yeah.
away. Like,
It's coming from very far away, but it's also moving faster than anything that's been recorded
Yes.
moving through our solar system.
Wow. How is this not in the headline every day?
well,
It
'cause they're going to
is.
shoot it down before it gets here. And then
Well,
they're gonna,
and we'll never know what it was. Well, it's
gonna
the size.
crash in the
So yeah,
Pacific Ocean.
it's about the size of Manhattan, and it's not on course to impact the Earth, though. It's on course to fly past the Earth.
just they're giving it like you ever see Top Gun
Yeah.
where he buzzes the tower.
He's buzzing the tower. Yeah, they're
what they're
giving us a
doing to
buzz.
us.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
So yeah, what the Harvard guy is saying is that like a lot of scientists are calling it a comet. He's saying it's not a comet because it doesn't have a tail.
Is it the guy with that weird A name?
Yeah.
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 He's always everything.
Well,
Haley's Comet was at one point a UFO. Like he's
he's
that guy. Like
He's a tenured Harvard
Yeah,
professor,
yeah.
though. He's legit.
He's legit.
Yeah, he said the last object that came. So the first ever object that was recorded coming through our solar system that wasn't from our solar system happened, I think, in 2017.
Okay.
And he also said that was possibly an alien probe, but he said that he thought that it was dead.
yeah.
He said,
Well, they rarely they come all the time. They rarely survive the journey. They're not sending the best and brightest here. When they send someone, it would be like sending me. Or, you know what I mean? It just
Like a convicted
they're
arsonist. They're like, "Get in here."
It's
Yeah.
not punishment, but they're looking for something.
But this is
it's like almost suicide missions for them. So a lot of times that the one that landed in Roswell, the body was gone. There was a dead alien when they get. So that's typically that's almost always the case that they're already dead by the time they get here.
Like a guy who's like, it's like Squid Game, they're like $300,000 in debt. So like, get in
this fucking.
If you survive, your mother's shop will be saved.
This one though could be the mothership because this one's the size of Manhattan.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was notable that I did actually look up. It's not just the Harvard guy saying this. They're saying that it doesn't have a tail,
right?
And that it's emitting light from the front of it.
Yeah.
Like so that's what got me.
Reflecting light from stars. Like
it has its own light source pushing from the front of it, and that is confirmed by astronomers.
Yeah.
So that's what's got me freaked out. Like, oh, this is the one. Yeah.
But we have spacecraft that's comparable to this.
You think so?
We do. And
you think we have space? Oh, so you're that deep.
And so
you're into the Great Awakening.
Yes.
That's what
and
you're
so
into.
They will shoot this down before it becomes
October or this month.
Yeah.
Well, it's still really far away.
Yeah.
But it's moving very quickly.
America, baby. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I know Joe Biden's NASA did the asteroid test, and they successfully moved an asteroid off of its course a few years ago. That actually worked. So, we'll see. This is fucking scary.
But if this one's buzzing us, you don't want to knock it off course because then it will hit us.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with it. You know, if Manhattan hits Manhattan, Manhattan will be gone.
Here's my lark or whatever, like what I like about this. They talk about the course that it's setting.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's being piloted, that, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, it's not going to hit Earth. They say that to keep us calm. They say it's going to miss Earth, but if it's piloted, it can go wherever it wants.
Well,
They're gonna 9/11
the amount of power
Earth.
that it would take to move something that massive, traveling that speed.
But that's our physics.
If it was going to stop here or turn, it would have to already start.
That's our physics.
Okay. So now you just don't believe in physics.
But it's a celestial. Like this thing's coming from millions of light years away.
mothership-
Well, I guess our
9/11
physics.
entire
Our physics is supposed to be based on more than just our solar system. Okay. But we don't have a lot of observation outside of our solar system, so that's true. We only have one or two space probes that have even gone a little ways out of the solar system.
Well,
and nothing in any other solar system. So
the one that's driving around Canada right now that we say is in Mars is that's like our
Wait, what?
Driving around in Canada.
What is driving around in Canada?
The
Mars rover.
Oh, you don't think it's on Mars? Just driving around.
It's in
Canada?
Alberta. It's driving around Edmonton.
Davis Island, Canada.
I don't think so.
I think so.
So you don't think we've traveled into space, but we have giant Manhattan-sized spaceships
Coming at us, yeah.
But you said we have something comparable to that.
Yes.
So we have traveled to space.
No.
No.
Are there spaceships underneath the Denver airport?
No. Don't be silly. They're just
Don't be ridiculous.
two and three bedroom
sorry.
condos, reasonably priced.
Reasonably priced, $17 million a piece.
Nuclear bomb proof.
We're going to get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Let's hope we don't get hit with a giant spaceship.
Oh, jeez. That would ruin things.
That would really mess up my year.
tough.
It would
Yeah,
mess
yeah.
up Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
Christmas is canceled. Yeah. All right. We're going to get the fuck out of here. Playing us out.
But hold on. We will nuke ourselves before that thing gets here. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the spaceship.
When this big old world got you feeling down, you've lived here for years, still feel new in town. When the stress begins, just pop those earbuds in, hanging out with John Jay, watch your troubles drifting away. Something planted in your ears, tears are in your eyes. You can't hear your doorbell ring, you can't hear your baby cry.